Hey everybody, want to welcome you to Desert Sky Mystic. Today we're going to be doing our love and relationship reading for Taurus. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you are watching this, that means that you have stumbled across at the right time and there is a message in here for you. If this video does resonate with you, any of these readings resonate for you, please make sure to like the video and then, of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel, which is very, very helpful to us as we grow our audience. Thank you in advance for that. Let's see here. So the format of this is this is almost like a three-in-one reading. We have three placements. The first placement is going to be for those of you that are in a current relationship. The second placement is going to be for those of you that are looking for a relationship or looking for love. And then the final placement is going to be for those of you that are moving away from love at this point in time. Okay, and then also if you're wanting to jump ahead, we should have timestamps, or there will be timestamps in the description box below, and you can just go down there and click on the link for whatever those scenarios meet your needs, and it'll take you right to that point in the video as well. So let's go on and get started and see what today has in store for Taurus. Okay, so if you are here for the reading, for those of you that are in a current relationship, you are in the right spot. We're going to jump right in and see what energies we are working with today. Okay, the Reclaim Your Power Panther Spirit card is up. So this has popped up for me in another reading as well. And really what the Panther Spirit, the Reclaim Your Power is really you're kind of feeling at a loss for power within your current relationship. A lot of times it has something to do with just, like I was saying the other reading, a lot of times it has stuff to do with just we've kind of grown apart to a certain degree, and maybe things have changed, and maybe the status quo of the relationship there's something that you're not okay with anymore, and perhaps your partner doesn't even know it. We'll look at the clarifying cards here as we go as well. The more extreme examples of this potentially is just a relationship you shouldn't even be in, and Reclaim Your Power is a call to move out of this relationship because it's unhealthy, it's unbalanced, the other person isn't interested in any type of give and get scenarios, where everybody's contributing to the relationship. So we'll see what the clarification cards have to say about this, and we'll kind of go from there. Very interesting. Okay, so what we have is the outsider card and a turning in card. And, first let's deal with this turning in card here. This is a card of basically going inward. And I think this is really calling for you to decide what it is you want out of this relationship, where you want it to go, and stop listening to everybody else around you. Maybe some friends, maybe, coworkers, family, I don't know. But whatever all this noise is going on around here, it's not helpful. It's time for you to block that out. It's time for you to decide for yourself what that is, what it is you're looking for. Because, I mean, if you don't know what you want, it's hard to get it. It's hard to reclaim that. And I think you need to really evaluate where you're at, where you want to be at, and what needs to happen in order for that to happen, and if it's even worth it. So I think this is calling for you to really go in and do some self-discovery here. One, as an individual, and then some discovery, two, of the relationship and how you fit into that, both as an individual and as part of the relationship. I do think that the partner here is, at least for now, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not seeing this. They don't understand what's happening here. Kind of aloof, almost ignorant of, these changes or where you're kind of at right now. And I don't think anything's going to happen unless you take the steps forward, which is where this outsider card is really coming in. I mean, I think first you need to know where you're at and where you want to go, and really contemplate that, and feel comfortable within yourself with that. Again, don't listen to all the noise around you. But then the second component of this is, once you figure that out, it's time to step through this gate. This lock is, if you can see on the picture, this lock is undone. They pull the chain off, you go right through the gate. There's good stuff on the other side of this, but you have to open that gate. You have to step through, which is telling me you have to initiate this conversation with your partner. And whether that is, hey, this isn't working for me anymore and I'm done, which could be one possibility. Or if it's, hey, listen, this is where I'm at in a relationship. This is where I'd like to be at. Tell me where you're at, where you would like to be at. And having that communication, like, good, strong relationships should be having anyway, on how you guys can come back together to where you're both happy. Again, it's a two-way street. And, even if one person's happy, if the other one's not, the relationship is not going to survive. So if this relationship's important to you and you want it to survive, you got to have those conversations. Let's take a look at the advice card here and see what that is telling us as well. See if it adds anything extra to our message for today. Balance your energy. Okay, so this is reinforcing the idea of going inward. I think that you got to find yourself again here. I think you are out of whack. I think you're out of balance. I think that the structure of this relationship has got you in a position where you're uncomfortable, you're not happy. And the longer this goes on, and perhaps this relationship is worth saving. But if you don't do anything here, if you don't balance yourself, if you don't find the answers and take action, this relationship's going to explode. And maybe it's a relationship you don't want to explode. I don't know. Those are things that you're going to have to answer for yourself. And I think that depending on who you are and how this is resonating for you, that this could be different answers for different people. That's very, very likely. I mean, there's multiple messages in here for different people. So, but I do know one thing for sure is that you have to figure out where you are, where you want to be, and then you have to balance this out and get back to a healthy place, both for yourself as an individual and for the relationship as well. Okay, so that is what I have for this reading here. I hope that has been helpful. If it does resonate with you, please make sure to like the video and then go over there and subscribe to the channel as well. That helps us out quite a bit, and thank you in advance for that. Let's see here. So yeah, thank you once again for watching, and we will see you next time. I'm going to go on and wrap this one up and see what our next reading has here for all of our Taurus friends that are looking for love. Put that back. Okay, hey everybody, if you are looking for the part of the reading, if you are looking for love, looking for a relationship, you're looking for that reading, you're in the right place. We're going to jump right on in and see what we are working with today. Okay, slow and steady wins the race. Very clear message here, Turtle Spirit. Do not rush into anything at this point in time. I think that a lot of times we do this, more times than not. Sometimes it's a kind of a casual fun thing that turns into something more serious than we originally expected it to. Sometimes we just go heads over heels over people and we just jump right in. A lot of times what happens there too is we start creating this persona of who we think that person is. So you see somebody and you're like, oh, they must be great with kids. They must do this. They must do this. They must do this. And then when we really get to know them 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the road, they fail us. And it's not necessarily their fault. They never express that stuff. It's this made up person that we had in our head that they're never going to be able to live up to. So I think in this particular reading with the turtle spirit here, I think it's really calling for you to get to know the person first. Don't set up those false expectations. I mean, that's not really fair to them. Creating this whole persona, and then if they don't live up to that, I mean, they are who they are. Get to know them, and then see if they fit into the things that are important to you, and go that route. And what that's going to do is going to save you from a bunch of lousy relationships as you move forward. Let's take a look at the clarification cards and see what we have going on here. Yeah, we got the comparison card, and I think that that actually kind of speaks to what I was talking about before in terms of creating personas for people. And gosh, there's a rebirth here. So let me kind of unpack this here. Which way do I want to start here? So let's just start with the comparison card. So the comparison card, I think the way that I'm feeling about this, the way this is coming through for me at this point in time intuitively, is back to what I was saying about creating the personas. And it's almost like you see somebody and we'll just get real literal here. And you're like, gosh, I would really like an oak. So I know I just met this person, and so I'm sure he's just like an oak. I'm sure he has all those qualities or whatever else. And then 2, 3, 4, 5 months goes down the road, and this you find out this person was a bamboo. They were a bamboo the whole entire time. They were never an oak. That was just made up in your mind. But the problem is that you have kind of been all in for this oak, and you've been holding them up to the standards of an oak, and then when you find out that they're not, then they fail, and then you get mad at them and you're upset with them and they failed you, when in reality is that you were comparing them to something they never were in the first place. They never claimed to be an oak. They were always who they were. So, I mean, again, I think that's going back to reinforce the idea of take this slow, get to know the person first, get to know if they're an oak or a bamboo, and then decide from there if that fits your needs, as you move into a relationship. And we got the rebirth, which again, I think is just reinforcing the idea that right now it's important for you to be slow and steady. Because I think what's happened in the past here is that, we got this camel, it's down in this like smog, this clouds, this gray, and then when a new prospect comes along, then you jump right at it, and it's just like very intense, and both feet forward, and excited, and the thing is that it's a fast burn, and really where we need to be at is this balance. So, I mean, again, reinforcing the turtle spirit here, the message I think is just very clear over and over and over again. Take your time, get to know the person, that the next person you're interested in. What you should find as you get to know them, that there should be some people in there, and you should be able to see it fairly quick, that if you're looking for an oak and they're a bamboo, you can, at that point in time, you just, hey, I'm just not interested. You're not what I'm looking for. No harm, no foul. There's no hurt, there's no pain, there's no attachment. You're just not what I'm looking for. It's not a personal thing at all. And I think that's the advantage of that, is you get to weed those out ahead of time, and then really be able to identify the person that you are looking for. Let's see what the advice card has here. Here and now. I think this is talking about staying present, not looking at the future, not really looking at the past outside of, the lessons you've learned, of course, keep those lessons with you because they'll help prepare you for the future. But really just go day by day. I would say focus on yourself. And then if, a new prospect comes along that you're interested in, take it slow. Simple as that. Stay present, enjoy what you have, live in gratitude, enjoy being an individual. Make sure you are strong and solid, in terms of for yourself. Make sure you've rediscovered who you are outside of a relationship, your personality, your individualism. Make sure you have all that stuff in line, that you're well balanced before you move in. And I think that from there, when you do see that prospect, going back to that idea, slow and steady wins the race, is you're really setting yourself up for the potential success there. A lot more potential for success than you would otherwise jumping right in and going head first into this stuff. So I think overall, great reading, great advice here from Spirit. So yeah, if this reading resonates with you, please make sure to like the video, and then jump on over there and hit that subscribe button while you're there as well. That helps us out quite a bit. So we'll thank you in advance for that. And then, yeah, thank you for watching. We appreciate it, and we will see you next time. And then for now, we'll go over here to our last place, which is going to be for all of you that are moving away from a relationship at this time. Okay, if you click that timestamp or just fast forward in the video and you're looking for the part of the reading that is for those of you that is moving away from a relationship, you are in the right spot. Let's jump right in and see what we have going on in today's reading. Okay, electric eel spirit, bring your ideas to life. So I think this is really, I mean, in relationship, in terms of moving away from a relationship, or maybe even thinking about moving away from a relationship, I think this is really about kind of just getting back to who you are. And again, understanding what you want, knowing what you want, and then taking action on those as well. And perhaps moving away from the relationship is part of that, is you saying, this isn't right for me anymore, or perhaps it was right for you, but the things you needed to do for yourself wasn't right for the other person and they ended it. Whatever it is, getting back to who you are is always a healthy thing, whether you into the relationship, whether they're in the relationship, or wherever that's at. I mean, perhaps you're still in a relationship and this is just, it's not where you want it to be and you're drifting away from that and you're trying to figure that out. But whatever it is, you need to get back to being who you are, which is always important. Let's see what the clarification cards have to say. Yeah, you know, yeah, again, I do actually think this relationship's probably already past this relationship. I think that there's some stuff that happens in this relationship, things you needed to learn from, things that you're now integrating into your life, things that, you're bringing your ideas in life, you're discovering yourself, you're trying to figure out who you are once again as an individual outside of a relationship, because that's what happens oftentimes is oftentimes we give too much of ourselves to the relationship and we lose a good portion of ourself within that. So we have to kind of rediscover who we are now with all these new life experiences that we had in this relationship. What does that mean for us now as individuals, being single and moving on with our life? And I think for you, to a certain degree, there's some excitement here. I mean, there's some integration that's happening, some balance and things along those lines. But I think overall, you're probably an optimistic, playful type person. You like to have fun, you like to enjoy things. I think that relationship just was at a point where you were not enjoying things anymore, and you had to just make a decision on whether you ended it or whether they ended it. You had to make a decision on how you're going to deal with that. And for you, you chose yourself. You chose on, instead of dwelling on this, that you're going to figure this out and you're going to move forward and you're going to get back to being who you are and being happy again. Because again, what's the point of being in a relationship if you're just miserable all the time? There is no point. Let's see here. Let's see what the advice card, if it adds anything to our reading, to the messages that Spirit is trying to get to you today. Weave your reality. I mean, it's perfect. I mean, that's what you're doing right now. I mean, it's just reinforcing. I mean, bringing your ideas to life. You're integrating all this, getting back to who you are, and you are creating your own reality. I mean, I don't know what stage of moving away from the relationship is, if this is fairly recent, you're still kind of tender about it, or if you're beyond, that and you're kind of able to kind of let that be. But regardless of where you're at with that, there's good things ahead here. You are absolutely getting back to being yourself. You are in control of your destiny, of who you are, how you are going to experience life. And, it's a great thing to see. I mean, the ending of relationships, moving away from relationships is never fun. But for you, I think this is a great direction that you're going. I don't see negativity here. I see you taking control of your life and your world, or you already have, and you are going out and you are living it to the fullest. So it's a wonderful thing. It really is. So yeah, I really like this reading for you. I think this is good stuff. I hope it's actually been helpful. If it resonates with you, please make sure to like the video. And then, of course, like I said before, jump on over there and hit that subscribe button for me as well. That helps us out a lot, and we'd love to have you as part of the family. So thank you once again for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below, and we will see you next time.